it was interesting because that energy came to me at Bell Rock. But it was interesting because it's almost like, how to say, we're searching for something. And the spiritual, like, stop searching. Like, why are you putting so much energy into thinking, what do I have to do next? And it's human, right? We plan. We say, I have to plan what I'm going to do next week. I have to plan what I'm going to do in the next 6 months. Should I be here? Should I be there? And what the spirits were telling me through the wolf spirit was like, take it easy. Stop looking. Stop looking. Stop like that energy of, and it's uncomfortable energy for me. Like saying, oh my God, where should I be? What am I supposed to do? What's the best move for me and Ryan? And the spirits are like, no, stop doing that to yourself. Just do. Just go. And trust that like what you're supposed to meet up with that's for you, just interface with you naturally. And it's not easy to change. Because I pray every day, I meditate every day, but I'm still human. And so I still go into my patterns. Oh, what am I going to do next? Oh, what if I get sick? What's going to happen to Ryan? Blah, blah, blah. All those things. And then my spirits are like, weren't you just believing that you're cosmic? And then you went back to being nothing again? To being like a trapped woman? You're not trapped. It wants to keep you in that pattern so that you limit yourself.
Limit myself.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because if you're scared, you will limit yourself.
Right.
You'll say, I can't do this because of this. Or if I do this, it's too dangerous.
Right.
Or I'll ruin my life. I'll ruin my son's life. I don't know, my family will hate me. All that, just all these things, but it's just to keep you in place. And it's very good at that. And we're very good at convincing ourselves.
It's so good. We're so good at doing that. When you see the person, and how can you see that like these, I don't know, visual, the images or here? How can you see that?
Okay, so let me see, where do I begin? So when I'm doing a reading for a person, face to face or virtually, when a person connects with me, there's something in my mind's eye that then connects to what some people call the Akashic record.
Oh yeah, right.
Or I just call it the divine space. And then somehow through the person's energy, I'm then able to see the past, the present, and the future connected to them. That energy field and that timeline that's connected to them. And so then I go into that space, and when I start the reading, I ring like those chimes.
Right.
So that helps me sort of get into that space. And then from there is where I'm able to get the information of what this person needs, what the universe is calling them to do, and all aspects of life. And then it has different parts to it, like when I was in New York, I did a lot of readings where I would tell people who's around them. So in those situations, I would actually see the parallel dimensions that were connected to the person's aura. And that's when I'd be able to see the spirit guide, where it's standing, or if there's a mountain or a temple connected to the person's energy field. And so once again, it would just be like that energetic walking in. And then again, I'm seeing it in my mind's eye as a movie, as a picture. Yeah.
The images.
Right. And what I'm actually seeing is what's naturally there. Because we exist, but then there are all these parallel dimensions that are taking place at the same time. And so when I ask the universe to give me access to that, I'm able to see that. I'm able to see that. And then I also hear voices. So spirits will come just in the frequency of voice. And so that's why I can hear like somebody's grandfather or some other spirit that's coming in to talk to the person. And so I will hear a voice the same way you would hear someone talking to you on the phone. And I know it's not my voice because it's clearly
Different.
it's someone else. And it has information that Melissa as a person would never know. Yeah, so what I've come to understand about crystals is they're part of the natural world. The same way we have wind, fire, water, we have stones. And they're alive. They have properties, they have certain energies. And as you go learning, you'll see that certain ones help certain aspects of your body, your personality, and so they're helpful in many different ways. What's interesting during this time right now, this stone here, this is actually called a snow quartz. But clear quartz and any type of quartz right now is very powerful. I believe that the energetic universe is like illuminating information that's inside these crystals. And if you use this, you can actually like capture intelligence that'll allow you to find peace or understand who you are. And once again, it's not the crystal itself, it's almost the energy that's part or traveling or moving through the crystal that is powerful. And what I actually have here that the spirits guided me to create is just a grid, like with north, south, east, and west. And then having clusters of crystals that represent energy. Like these dark crystal here represent space, darkness, but then the power within it. So this for me brings protection, but also understanding of what is dark. And then these crystals are connected to the throat chakra. And so blue crystals connect to the throat chakra, the opening of your voice, speaking your truth. And this stone here is actually for courage. So that's why that cluster's there. And then this cluster is about prosperity. Honey calcite and green calcite, giving energy about connecting with prosperity. And then these, for me, is connecting to Sedona, or the almost like the steadiness, the wholeness of mountain energy, the root chakra, and holding things in place. And then this one is one of my favorites. This is a yellow citrine, and I connect this with the sun goddess, Amaterasu. And so this is an energy of prosperity. Yeah, so they all have different meanings and energies. And sometimes I move them around. And because it's receiving light, it's also connected to the red rocks there. I believe that there's like information, protection that comes in. So when I come outside to meditate, I sort of connect with that to receive that information.
Wow.
Yeah. And I would say anybody who's interested in crystals to just follow your instinct. Like it's not necessarily reading a book.
Right.
It's
This
like,
one is, oh, this
Yeah.
is for this, or
Yeah.
this is for this.
So I come here, I say hi to her. I ask her advice sometimes to see what should I do. And it's so interesting to think that there was once like farmland here, orchards, before this was turned into a parking lot. This was like people's homes in the 1800s, farmland. What's interesting to me is to think like, were these her trees?
Right.
Like, you know, from her property, because there's an apple tree over here,
Oh.
you know?
you are in my life. That's so amazing.
Thank you. Bye. Love you.
Love you.
Okay.